Hello to our 0 subscribers. You will die. It's not a revolutionary statement in and of itself. You know you will die eventually, but perhaps you're still young and the only death you previously experienced is the loss of a pet or a grandparent. Yet your own demise remains a distant and alien concept. Meanwhile, you live your life based on habit, pleasure, and comfortability. You spend most of your waking hours at a job that isn't all that meaningful to you. You constantly seek pleasure through sexual stimulation, endless attention-grabbing videos, and fatty foods, without much or any self-restraint. You spend the rest of your day awake watching meaningless entertainment or playing video games, with you justifying it being well-deserved relaxation after a hard day of work. You do all of this because it's what you're used to. You're comfortable with it, and your own complacence overshines the desire for change. You live this life on repeat, day after day, year after year. Ask yourself, what's the point of it all? There is no catharsis. Death isn't something, it's a lack of everything. When you die, you cease to exist. All of your emotions, feelings, and memories get eternally terminated. You will never again do the things you love or be with the people you love. Everything you do is temporary. It is all of our destiny, yet the concept of our own demise generally remains distant and alien to us. There are also those who experience, arguably rightfully so, tremendous anxiety at the thought of eternal non-existence. Point being of this melancholic myriad is that you will die. Okay? Got it? You have 2 lives. The second one begins when you realize you only have one. This quote by the ancient Chinese philosopher Confucius hopefully puts a finger on your realization, but it also raises the question, what does it mean to actually live life? To live life is to fully experience it. It's obvious, isn't it? Well, it's easier said than done, and might not be all that obvious after all. First of all, you need to shatter the illusion of life's linearity. Life is not a continuous, straight path that starts at point A and ends at point Z. You're born, you go to school, go to college, get a job, get married, have kids, get retired, and die. Life doesn't work like that. It is a poisonous lie to believe so. Life has no inherent intention or path in and of itself, beyond our evolutionary calling to reproduce. The path of your one single life is the one you forge yourself. It is solely dependent on your own decisions and actions. Let me make this very clear. You can and should do whatever you want with your own life. Do not let expectations, pressure from society or family, or a narrow mindset stop you from doing what you want to do. You simply do not have time to waste your limited time of consciousness doing things that you do not wish to do. I want you to ask yourself this and ponder. What should I have done within my lifetime in order for me to be content facing immediate death? Only you can give yourself the correct answer to this question. Living life is anything but easy, however, even when you live comfortably and do what you're supposed and used to do. Both you and I know that. Reality is indifferent at best and cruel and ruthless at worst. And by materializing your own dreams and ambitions, you make yourself the most vulnerable to this cruel ruthlessness. But despair not. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger is the famous and cliché quote by German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche that you've heard a million times before. I do not on face value necessarily agree with this quote. I would rather phrase it as, what doesn't kill me gives me the most potential to make me stronger. The experience that simply living life gives does not out of necessity make you a stronger individual. You can go all your life facing angst and hardship without in essence learning or gaining anything. This is the case for most people, but by experiencing suffering, you give yourself the most adequate opportunity for internal growth. Take risks, be vulnerable, experience failure. It is by indulging and reflecting from your own misery that we have the most to learn from. Before I continue, if you find our content valuable and want to become the best man that you can be, please consider subscribing. This also helps us continuing creating great content. Alright, let's get back to it. Look at your own life. Your girlfriend breaks up with you. You grew comfortable and used to her presence, and then you resent her absence, yet she seemingly moves on the day she leaves you. You remain lonely in your grief and sorrow. In this situation arises a character-defining choice of path. Will you allow your sorrow to consume you, or will you take this opportunity to become a stronger man? You no longer have the burden of a commitment to tend for. You now have both more time and are feeling more emotions than you have ever done before. Allow your feelings to become your fuel and your time for new habits, new mindsets, and new skills that will further you and your ideal version of life. Look at your past, your present. See how you can learn and grow from it. It's important that you do so. Suffering maximizes your potential for personal growth and development, but it's not a necessity. You're capable of changing your life where you stand, sit, or lay, wherever you are, and whoever you are. But you fear having to be uncomfortable. Rightfully so. It is uncomfortable after all. But since you are the master of your own life, you are not only capable of taking control, you also have the obligation towards your future self to do so. Don't try to be happy for the sake of being happy. Don't try to live a happy life. Instead, let your inner emotions take its natural course and immerse yourself in your emotions, whether that be in grief, sorrow, excitement, or satisfaction. As Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard said, life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. Avoiding your own uncomfortable feelings like unhappiness and disappointment is counterproductive. You're not only denying a natural part of yourself, but you're disallowing yourself to grow as a person. The matter of fact is that one of our most human conditions is to feel unhappiness. It might feel like a curse, but it's not. You now know that suffering is the finest opportunity to allow yourself for a better life. So do not fear your emotions, but embrace them. Whether you are watching a 4-second funny clip on repeat, working, looking at the past, or planning for the future, it's easy to get caught up in the moment. Your time slips by hour, day by day. It's easy to forget the present, or to willfully ignore it. But the present is all there is. Your life is now, and your past and future are mere concepts. While you work and put thought and effort into living your best life, you ironically make your own life less free as a person, as you are constantly busy. Do not escape from your presence. You are denying your own life if you do so. Become aware by pausing, seeing, and appreciating yourself and your surroundings. To finish, I want to tell you this. You will never be truly satisfied. You might believe that once you have things that are meaningful, such as wealth, property, children, or a fit physique, that you will finally be content with yourself and your own existence for the foreseeable future. As much as these achievements are accomplishments to feel proud of, they will only leave you satisfied for a brief period of time. You will grow used to your accomplishments and you will grow bored of them. Your thirst will never be quenched. But this isn't anything bad, quite the contrary actually. This inner drive for the next finish line is what keeps you going, what keeps life exciting. It's what makes life worthwhile. It's the journey that matters, not the end. To summarize the message of this video, realize your own mortality and become aware of your current life situation. Realize that you are the master of your own life and become proactive in defining it. Stop wasting time on what you find meaningless. Do what you want to do. Do not avoid your negative emotions and difficult situations in life, but embrace your true feelings and learn and grow from your mistakes and suffering. Learn to live in and appreciate the present. You will die. You only have one life. Make it count. Good luck. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment your own thoughts about life and death. And continue watching these videos. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at The Self-Made Insta, where you get even more reminders and daily motivators to become the best man that you can be. See you in the next one.